Not a good start made by Alistair Camp there from the second row of the grid. Hutchison passed him already. It is Shepherd with a fairly uncontested lead as they head for Redgate Corner. Callum Newsham second. That is Sam Laidlaw third. Hutchison to the inside of Steve Laidlaw. There is contact. Around goes Steve Laidlaw. And he's into the gravel trap. Jeff Holden is sideways and into the boonies as well.
This is for second place. They're nearly 4.5 seconds behind leader Adam Shepherd now with just under half of the race to go. Sam Laidlaw moves to the inside, a little bit of contact there, they bounce off each other. Oh, Brad Hutchinson goes rally crossing. Is he going to hold it together as they come towards the Craner curves? He's avoided the spin that I thought he was going to go into.
Callum Newsham up for the fight, Paul.
Brave stuff. Callum Newsham now cannot do anything about the attack again of Adam Shepherd. Is down the outside. Oh, is that contact enough?
Shepherd off into the gravel trap. The double race winner is out. Surely we've seen drivers dig their way out of the gravel this weekend, but I don't think that car's going anywhere. And Adam Shepherd, after a dream start to the season, is off. Was it contact, Paul? That is the million-dollar question. Shepherd will have an opinion on that. On his toes at the start of the race. Replays here then, Paul. What are we going to see? This is, I suspect, yes, the moment Shepherd couldn't tell for definite if there was contact, but they were certainly close to each other.
They were, but I honestly, just looking at that, it just looks like he's, unless there was contact before that, but that left kink is absolutely flat chat through there. So that, oh, look at that. He nearly held that, but then he gives up. Oh, he's not. Oh, he has. I was going to say, that didn't look like there was any damage on that. He is a lucky boy because he's just turned with too much aggression. Oh, he's bounced off that dip in the curb. That is a great near enough save. And his dad, Steve, could have finished him off there, couldn't he?
Easily so. And it's that right rear tyre, Paul. That's the tyre that takes the longest to get up to temperature. So this could be a really interesting rerun of round number 3 of the TCR UK Championship. And Callum Newsham, out of all of this, just needs to try and get his head down. You do feel, really, don't you, that if Callum could get away...
Oh,
that was Cedric Block, was it?
Cedric Block into the wall.
Lost it on cold tyres. That's a lot of damage to the Audi. And, well, he's certainly not the first driver I've seen do that on a warm-up lap. I was looking away, actually, when it happened. You can see Cedric about to appear into sight in the Audi. There it goes.
Wow, it went fast, that, didn't it? That's quite a big hit, you know.
Didn't look like the car was moving at first, and then, of course, as soon as it goes onto the grass, it almost feels like it accelerates. Steve Laidlaw to the outside of Callum Newsham. That's a good move right round the outside of McLean's. It's still the outside for Coppice Corner, though, and Newsham is not going to make this easy. There's a touch on the way in. There's a touch at the apex. Newsham's up the curb. Laidlaw is sideways. He's in the gravel. Sam Laidlaw could get in 2 places out of all of this. Off goes Steve Laidlaw. Sam into 4th place.
Wow, Sam just sat there and got past, didn't he? No problem at all. Bradley Burns on a flyer straight through the chicane, but yeah, Callum Newsham, I think he did. There was only the faintest of touches, wasn't it, going into Coppice?
Yeah, but even on the second lap, the rear tyres aren't going to be at full operating temperature, are they? Oh, Newsham! No, Newsham into the back of Sam Laidlaw. That was a really clumsy moment down at the bottom of the hill, and Sam Laidlaw now finds himself pointing the wrong way. Here comes his father, Steve, who's almost at the back of the field as well. The race now by 1.9 seconds again, and Luke's charging through the order, and that is Will Beach off.
Will Beach there. That is a strange place to go off. That is at McLean's. That's like he had no brakes at all.
Here's the answer, Paul.
Well, it isn't Shepherd. It is Sargent. You're right.
Ooh,
Sargent's going to understeer wide now, isn't he?
No, it was Hutchison.
Wow, Bradders.
Okay.
Wow, okay. If he makes an aggressive pass on his teammate at Area Motorsport.
Of course, yes. Both running with Area. That's another one of the... Sam Laidlaw, huge moments on through the chicane. How did he save that? Well, that made life very easy for Bradley Burns, but that was the save of the day for Sam Laidlaw, who, remember, failed to save a very similar slide at the national chicane a couple of weeks ago.
It'll be a good replay, won't it?
Yeah, so turns into the corner. It's settled over that first curb, isn't it?
That is full-on Tokyo drift. Give yourself a round of applause. I love how he pulled to the right, gathered his thoughts.
Yes.
That is, look at that for a slow-mo replay. That's brilliant. Look at the angle of the steering. That's lock stops and full throttle. The problem you've got is when you're in 4th gear, you can hardly get it out. Look at that left rear, then he's stopping.
That is remarkable. Forget pulling over to the side of the road. I'd be in the pit lane after that to catch my breath. That is incredible stuff. It was to avoid this car that has only now got moving. Mark Smith leads at Beckett. Steve Laidlaw on the inside. There's a bit of a run with. Oh, that was Will Beechey's into. He slides into McGovern. Both of the Gen 2 Cupras off wide, and Steve Laidlaw nicks up the inside into, I think, third place.
I think he might have got that done. Round the outside of Cops, that was proper.
Oh no, Sargent's off! That's Sargent's off towards the barriers.
That's a big hit.
Oh no, that's high speed out of Cop's corner. There is some good news. Luke Sargent out of the car. I was a bit worried there because that is a big hit into a tyre wall, which is slightly better than a concrete wall, but it's still fairly solid. You can see from the damage it's done to the car is that grey and pink Cupra in his mirrors not filling the windscreen.
Wow, well look at this already. Adam Shepherd takes a wide line into Maggots because he wants the run. I think he's got down the inside of Laidlaw, has he? It looks like they're side by side. This is what we were hoping for. The VZs are side by side, I'm sure of it. Here we go.
Oh, Shepherd to the outside, Laidlaw on the inside. They're both braking very late indeed. Can Shepherd go right round the outside? That would give him the inside for Luffield corner, but no, there isn't quite the space. And Steve Laidlaw hangs on for now. Laidlaw is sideways though on cold tyres through Luffield. He's sideways. Out wide goes Steve Laidlaw. Shepherd back through. Shepherd back into second. Oh, that's Will Beach in the gravel further back. Oh, and into the barriers as well. That's a shame. Really interesting point you're making there though, Paul. The lines that Adam Shepherd is running, as you said, he's still learning this car. This, meanwhile, is what happened to Beach. He just seemed to understeer off the track.
Unless we hear that he's had side-to-side contact with someone.
And that's one thing that Newsham can try to apply in this situation, in terms of the fact that right now Shepherd's still getting to grips with a car. He'll be... Oh, goodness me, that is a big slide there. And how on earth did he manage to stop that from going around? Well, I don't know, but I can tell you one thing. If that guy doesn't play cricket right now, he'll definitely be fielding a good catch on the car there. And what I'm trying to understand, was that Laidlaw going
It was
around?
Steve Laidlaw, yes, and he's off again now down at Sunny. Steve Laidlaw off the road. There must be drama then with Steve Laidlaw's car. Through has gone Sam Laidlaw, through goes Finn Leslie, who has collected it. This is the replay then. So these are the leaders. Shepherd comes through. That was Steve Laidlaw. So he got a wheel on the grass turning into the Jim Clark S. As you can see, he's well clear of the tyre stack. Saves the car.
See anything else then? No, the tyre
It's
back.
still there.
Yeah, it's still in position. Oh, goodness me. And then we do have a last... Oh, that was a big snap. Now, who was that? In the end, sending the tyres across the road there, albeit using the rear of the car to do so. Was that our Gen 1 runner by chance?
That was Alex Jones. So that explains.
And, well, here comes Steve Laidlaw up the inside and making another move already. That is on Smith. And, well, it's still too wide there. And in towards the S's. And who's going to come on top of that? Oh! Did it contact?
That was contact. Oh, and around goes Smith. That was a scary place to make contact. Where is Steve Laidlaw? There is Laidlaw. He's off again. This has been an absolute disaster for Steve Laidlaw.
Down the straight, but Finn Leslie will brake so much later that he should get the job done, and it's already done by the looks of it.
Oh, Saunders is still there. Locks up, goes straight into the gravel. Saunders tried to fight it in the braking zone. He nuzzles up against the tyres. It won't have done any real damage, but the car is stuck in the gravel, and I fear going no further.
Shepherd's gonna see this, and this is it. Game on, Andy. Game on.
Oh, Shepherd quicker off the corner. Is there a gap to the inside? There's contact. Around goes Steve Laidlaw. Steve Laidlaw into the barriers heavily. The title contenders have clashed. You could see that coming, and out of the race surely is Steve Laidlaw. He will be furious with that.
That was it. Game over. Right. That tyre stack got hit hard on the front left by Steve Laidlaw, didn't it? And there's bits of car coming off, bits of carbon. Oh, he hit that hard. So I don't know whether it doesn't really matter about what happened after that, because it ain't going to be any in towing out. But here we go. Adam Shepherd brakes because he knows he's going to hit him, but by that time the damage is done. So that will be a very interesting discussion with the clerk of the course. Oh, he's lucky there. Does he hit the barrier? Yeah, he does. Oh, he hits it hard. Yeah. Hits it hard.
I'm amazed he's still circulating. I mean, he's in the 125, so he's a couple of seconds off the pace. And it's 3 championship points that you lose per licence point. So 12 points he was docked. He can't carry that disqualification.
Oh, no!
Off has gone Laidlaw again, and that's a huge hit into the barriers at Barcroft. And that is surely game over now for Steve Laidlaw. His car is totaled. And that, again, I'm afraid, looked as though it had something to do with Adam Shepherd. We didn't catch the start of it, but Steve Laidlaw out of the race, and that is the scariest place to go off the road, Paul, the fastest part of the track. And yeah, you're right, that may end up being a race stoppage. It's a safety car immediately.
Well, thank goodness Steve Laidlaw is out of that car. He has caught. Look how much.
Look at the barrier.
That is going to take a long time. That is going to take a long time. I am so glad Laidlaw is out of that car. That has got reminiscence of another tin top.
Yeah.
Massive accident here. Look at the back of that. It's totally destroyed, written off.
Oh, Jones's car is damaged too, isn't it?
So I seen a yellow flag. There was a yellow flag when we were watching the cars come down to tower for the first time. So Alex must have clobbered the tyres through there. So there's obviously two sets of different damage. Oh wow,
that's been in hard as well.
That could have been the red flag as well then.
Well, yes, I think it probably would have been
because Steve was out and was okay, but still. They might have struggled to. There's too much damage on both sides of the circuit. So Jim Clark S's Steve comes through.
No problem there.
No problem there. It's a bit later on, isn't it? So it's towards Barcroft. So this is it. So does he lose it on his own?
He does. That was nothing to do with Adam Shepherd. There is no contact between the two of them. And that, I'm so happy we got that replay. I'm so happy we got that replay. That's a huge hit into the wall, but that was just over the curb through Barcroft. Now, the back of the car we know has been repaired. The Area Motorsport team will have done the best job that they can. It's possible that it wasn't handling quite as it should. He was still on cold tyres as well. Well, there we go. I mean, Greg's not happy. He's flashing the lights now. Oh, he's back at the inside into Clervaux, and this time there is contact sideways for Blore. He's in the gravel. Saunders is as well. Oh no, they were playing so nicely at the hairpin, Paul. It never could last.
Yeah, that was that was late, and they're both stuck. That will be a safety car.
Oh dear. Well, Harry might dig his way out of there. Greg, I'm less certain of.
He said sorry, isn't he?
I think it's broken the steering as well, hasn't it? That's nice to see.
That is exactly what motorsport should be.
Yeah.
He just went, my fault, I am so sorry, and he gave him a cuddle. Oh, someone's off.
Oh, that is Blore, and that's Knickerbrook, I think, isn't it? So Harry Blore's gone into the barriers. That's the exit of Knickerbrook, an odd place for a front-wheel drive car to end up, Paul. And that significantly tightens up the championship battle. So a dramatic opening race here at Alton Park. This was what happened to Harry Blore. The car did make contact with the barriers down at Knickerbrook. We're teeing this battle up in race one. We never really got it after Max Hall's poor start as Newsham lunges to the inside of Steve Laidlaw, who gets him straight back again. Again, corner exit, not great for Newsham. And Sam Laidlaw sees an opportunity to get alongside as well. Around goes Sam Laidlaw. Sam Laidlaw with a spin coming out of the bomb hole. Newsham continues. That was almost big, very big indeed.
Well, we don't know what damage that's done.
Through Oggie's all about getting a good run out of here, good traction out of Williams. In fact, he's up the inside already. Look at the traction the Lincoln Co have. That's the inside line for Williams. That's a tough place to pass in the way of contact. Brad is sideways, a wheel on the grass, gathers it together. Max Hall goes through and hopefully not be under quite such threat on the restart. Here's what happened to Harry Blore, keeping an eye on the background, all on his own, and that, Dave, looked very much like a cold left rear tyre.
Yeah, just lost the rear there coming through Paddock Hill. Then very easy mistake to make through there.
So is this the Max Hall move? Late lunge. Oh, he's locked up. Yeah. Yeah, I would put the blame squarely on Max Hall there. I think he'll go and apologise to Mark. I tell you what, Shepherd did not need that car slewing towards him. Look at that.
And then Will Beach almost T-boned Mark Smith as well as the car was going around. That could have been gets the race. Oh, Alex Jones is off as well. Now, I wonder, we saw fluid coming from the front of Jeff Olden's car. At the time, I thought it was maybe just smoke from the turbo because he's had turbo issues all weekend long. But I wonder if he was dumping fluid on the track at Paddock Hill Bend, and that's caught maybe these three drivers out. To the left of shot is the Golf of Alex Jones. We might get a replay here. Look to the top of the screen. Who's the first to go? It is... well, there's the smoke from Alden. Then immediately, look, Alex Jones goes off. He was the next car in through the corner. And then Will Beach and Luke Sargent are going to come through. They were battling for position at the time. They were fighting over 7th position, I believe. And yet they both just skated off. Nothing they could do. And a glancing blow for Sargent. Similar, really, for Beach. So actually not as much damage done as I feared. And I do believe that was fluid from Jeff